Good morning, Carbondale. How are y'all doing today? Thank you so much for tuning in to WDBX 91.1 Community Radio for Carbondale and the world. You're listening to Talk of the Town. This is Eva Fisher speaking, Public Relations Officer for the City of Carbondale and your host for this weekly show, keeping you connected to all things Carbondale. And it's that time of year. Summer is coming to a sweet close, except we're lucky here. We get an extended summer here in Southern Illinois.
That's right.
And hopefully you got out, enjoyed the Off the Rails concert series kicking off this weekend. This week is the last week to enjoy Poplar Camp Beach at Cedar Lake during the weekdays. It will be open on the weekends through Labor Day. And I am sitting here within the walls of Carbondale Community High School with Superintendent Daniel Booth. Hey Daniel, how are you?
Welcome to CCHS.
Thank you.
It is a busy time of the year here. It is a fun time of the year, and we're looking forward to getting students back in the building this coming week.
Yes, fantastic. What's it feel like? Can you believe it's here? Is it every year? Does it shock you that it's time?
The summer is interesting around here. Usually as a school district, we usually spend the month of June kind of reflecting on the previous year. And then we use the month of July putting those reflections into action plans for the school year. So last year, we had an interesting winter. We had some ice and some snow and used some days. So we actually went into June. So from an administrative standpoint, it's been a really condensed summer. But we really are not big fans of the summer around here because the kids aren't here. So we're ready for mid-August. We're ready to get these hallways back full. And we're ready to get some students in the building.
I love it. That's awesome. Yes, get that excitement in here, full of life. See, and I bet it's fun too, catching up with the students, seeing what they did over the summer.
Yeah. We've got a lot of freshman induction ceremonies that we do. So, just this week before school started, we've had freshmen in the building, we've had parents in the building, and then our teachers start rolling back in and getting their classrooms ready. And so it's been a good time of the year.
That's fantastic. So what are some key components that you are looking forward to this coming school year?
Yeah, well, one of the biggest things that we're looking at this school year, every single August, we want to get our freshmen off to a good start. With us having feeder schools at Giant City, Unity Point, DeSoto, and Carbondale Elementary, we've also have some students that trickle in from some of our private schools. We really put all hands on deck with ensuring that they have a smooth start to the school year. And that goes from knowing how to open your locker, to knowing your schedule, to knowing who you can go to if you need help with anything. And it's not only adults that help with that, but also our upper class students, our juniors and seniors. We consider them our freshman mentors. So they spend some time here in the summer getting trained for it. And then they spend some time before school meeting with our freshmen and letting them know we're here to help you if you need us.
That's so fantastic. I love that. And what a good learning experience for those older students to learn how to be a mentor, to learn how to guide others.
Absolutely. Well, you know what? Our goal is, as our kids transition from freshman and sophomore year to junior and senior year, we want them to truly learn what leadership is. And in the building, of course, the adults can do it all, but it's more powerful when our students are involved in that leadership process.
Yeah, I love it. And you talk about those feeder schools coming in and all the work you do to help transition them into this, united Carbondale Community High School, all becoming Terriers. And if, those listening, if you haven't had the pleasure of walking through Carbondale Community High School, it's an absolutely beautiful facility, and it's really inspiring. You see what the students contribute to it, and then what all of the staff and administration contribute to it. And something I love, I would love to tell the listeners about is the words that you have on the walls that are also featured in all those feeder schools.
That's right. So 3 years ago, we went through a strategic planning process at Carbondale Community High School. And during that process, we had 40 or 50 individuals from in the building and outside the building take part in that process. And not only did we compose a new mission and vision for Carbondale Community High School, but we also talked about what we want our students to be prepared for when they walk out of our doors. So we have a responsibility to prepare our students for college or their next career. and there's certain attributes that they need to have to be prepared, whether they go into college or into a career. And we have labeled that as our graduate portrait.
Okay.
What we want our students to be when they walk out of our doors.
Yeah.
And some of those words that we've highlighted in that graduate portrait is we want our students to be personally responsible. We want them to be growth-minded. We want them to be resilient. We want them to be empowered. And this year we're introducing and defining our 2 new words for this year, which will be we want our students to be digitally literate, and we want them to be adaptable.
Nice.
So as you walk through each of our feeder schools, you will also see those words on the walls in their schools and the definitions of those words, because we don't want our students to just see those words when they walk in Carbondale Community High School. We want to see them understand and recognize them words as they're walking through their feeder schools, so that when they get to Carbondale Community High School, they can say, hey, I know what that is. I've seen what it is. My teachers have talked to me about it. We've had signage in our buildings, and we recognize what we are supposed to be when we leave high school in this K-12 system. So anything that we can do as a K-12 system to better align is our responsibility to implement. And this was one of the things that we did after our strategic plan, to show unity, to show alignment, and to also engage with one another and actually having a piece of where we want our students to be when they walk out of our doors.
I love that. That is just such a cool through line. And as you know, words are impactful. Words are powerful. And so to have that just integrated in there at such a young age, so you can grow up with that and really feel like, oh yeah, I do have a connection to those words and then to this place.
It's major.
Yeah.
It's major. It's good stuff.
Yeah, fantastic. Okay, you mentioned students, whether they go on to college or to a different career, and I've allowed to have you tell folks more about that new addition to the high school, that career and technical building that y'all were able to have that grand opening for earlier.
Yeah, so when I talk about our strategic plan, one of the things that came out of our strategic plan as a new mission statement. And our new mission statement at Carbondale Community High School is to provide students a personal pathway to a productive future. So when we talk about personal pathways, we really want to, number one, expose our students to the different options that they have. Anyone who owns a house or owns property or even has acquired cars or whatever they may have, they know that when something goes wrong, it costs to get it fixed. And I think understanding those costs helps us to respect and also appreciate the trades even more.
Sure.
And so we're at a space at Carbondale Community High School where we recognize that our students may want to do different things, and we want to encourage them in whatever pathway they want to go into. And we understand that to encourage them for that, we first have to expose them to their options. So one of the things that we did when we were looking at a new addition to our building was we actually did a survey of what our community needed. And we know that our community needs welders, they need construction workers, they need engineers, they need people in the medical field, and they also need cosmetologists. So we have 4 new spaces in our building. One of them is for welding and construction. One of them is for engineering and drafting. One of them is for certified nursing assistants, and another one is for cosmetologists. The cosmetology program is our newest program. It's a 2-year program. Students have to get 1,500 hours of lab and learning experience. Once they get those 1,500 hours over 2 years, they'll be licensed to go into the business field and work. Our certified nursing assistants program is a program we've had for over 10 years. We have 18 students each semester that are in that program. Each semester, we graduate them from the program. They're licensed to go work in a hospital, a nursing home, or any assisted living facility that needs them. And they're producing individuals in our workforce on a daily basis right now. Usually before they finish their work, before they take their state test, which 99.9% of our students pass, they've already got job offers on the table. And they're going to work. And a lot of these students are in a career pathway now that they may start off in a CNA, but we had a student last year who finished our CNA program who has aspirations of being a doctor.
Yeah.
And if you could think about someone becoming a doctor, and they can say that I started out as a certified nurse assistant, and I went through nursing, and I went back to school and got my PA, and I continued and got my MD. You know, they're in a space where they've worked in every single portion of that industry, and they're able to support and respect those who help them to do their job.
Oh, absolutely.
And once again, that's the leaders that we're attempting to produce at Carbondale Community High School.
Yeah, how fantastic. What a just truly thrilling program. And again, you know, I had the pleasure of coming to that grand opening, seeing the space. Y'all had students and teachers on hand kind of giving demos of the different departments. And I'm just really blown away.
Right.
And it's super cool. And I love that it is approached again with that leadership mentality, but how much you make sure to infuse that being humble is a part of being a leader.
That's right. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. And you know, one of the groups that was most represented at that ribbon cutting was John A. Logan College.
Yes.
You know, and you know, John A. Logan as a community college in our area, they really have a focus on trades as well.
Yeah.
You know, so to have a partner like John A. Logan College in this work really helps us out, and we also partner with SIU a lot. You know, SIU has had a presence in our building over these last 4 or 5 years, and they've been a true support. So we are really, you know, we talked a little bit about a K-12 system, but it's really, some people call it a P-20 system.
Okay.
A pre-K all the way till they get their master's degree.
Yeah.
You know, that is something that is alive and well. And when we talk about pathways, it's not about just career pathways, but that is also our education pathway from our elementaries to our high school to, if you go to junior college route, all the way to SIU.
Yeah. It's really cool that we get to see all of those stepping stones in action here in Carbondale, and you know, right over there in Carterville with John A. Logan, that you can hit all those key education components right here.
That's right. That's right. It's great partnerships, and you know, it's a very good time to be in Carbondale and in Southern Illinois.
Yeah.
You know, as a leader, we all work together very, very well.
Yeah.
We all support each other, and as I said, to be at that ribbon cutting and see representatives not only from our community, not only from our city, but also from John A. Logan and SIU Carbondale, it was a good day for our school.
Yeah, absolutely. We keep talking about, you know, how wonderful it is, and I've gotten the opportunity to walk through the school and stuff. I see you guys have an open house coming up soon.
Yes. Yep. Good. Thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah.
So once again, from our strategic plan, one of the things that we identified is the importance of opening our doors to our community and to our families early in the year. So this will be our 3rd year having an open house and community meet and greet, and it's the first Tuesday of every school year. This year it's August 19th from 4 to 6 p.m.
Awesome.
And it is an opportunity for our parents, for our community to come into our building and see our building. For the parents who have students newly in our building, it's an opportunity for them to be in a space where they can meet their teachers, put a name with the face, and exchange information.
Yeah.
They can do those things before a grade is put in the grade book, before, you know, they've got a concern about their student study habits. They can get to know their child's teacher and be in a space where they can say, hey, I've met her, I've met him, I'm just going to reach out and move on. We also serve dinner at that event. We'll have hot dogs and hamburgers and cookies and drinks for families as well. Cool. And last year we had about 650 walk through the door during that meet and greet to our building, meet their child's teacher, and put a name with the face.
Oh, that is so exciting. Yeah, and what a wonderful opportunity. I love that. Folks, we're about halfway through our program, so if you are just tuning in, I'm talking to Daniel Booth, Superintendent of Carbondale Community High School. Yeah, and just, you know, hopefully you learned that you have the opportunity to come check out this space as well. And it's just a cool thing to, I know I got to spend some time here. I went to Heron High School, but I did the theater program through McLeod Summer Playhouse, and we would come rehearse here. And it's just such a good energy in this building, and I get re-energized as, you know, a full-grown adult now, stepping back into this space. You just you feel that excitement of what it feels like it's exciting to be in high school. You don't know what's next. You're learning so much. You're trying out so many new things. And I feel like it's just very evident and very palpable within this building.
Yeah, it's a special place. It really is. And you know, what I tell people is one of the things that makes us most special is just our diversity. And that's Carbondale.
Absolutely.
You know, and it may not be for everybody, but it is definitely for us.
Yep.
You know, and our students grow, and I just think about this summer, you know, the class of 2015 had their 10-year reunion, and they walked around the building. I did a tour, and just to see their enjoyment and their appreciation for Carbondale Community High School, and to see their amazement at how much the high school has changed in just 10 years.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
You know, and some of them said, how many of us, you know people that have went back to their high school 10 years later and it was the same place.
Right.
You know, and here we are, we've walked back into Carbondale Community High School, and we're saying to ourselves, and we're saying to Mr. Booth, I wish I had this when I was here.
Yeah.
Or some of them have said, I can't wait till my kid comes through here.
Yeah, that's
you know,
cool.
So it is as a leader to reflect on that, to see that, and to recognize that the work that we're doing is not just for the students that are here now. It's something that those who have walked through our halls appreciate, and it's also for those that are yet to come through the hallways. It's special.
Yeah, absolutely. How cool. What's something that happens through the school year with the students that you always look forward to? Like what's a super exciting milestone each year?
Yeah, well, there's a couple. So, you know, one of the benchmarks of the school year early on that some administrators say is if your football team starts off rolling, the school year is going to roll.
Yeah, yeah.
So we're always looking, you know, at that first football game, which is against Murfreesboro, which is a true rivalry. We're always gauging that football game to say, like, okay, how's this school year going to go? Our football team is working their tails off, so that's always fun. They're not our first home football game this year. We play them away.
Okay.
So we'll have a packed crowd there. But then our first home football game is always fun because our band gets to do their first field show.
Yeah, awesome.
So just, you know, our band usually has between 70 and 90 kids. In big years, we've got 100, you know, in the band. And, you know, this week they're finishing up band camp. So to see all their work come to fruition and to see them have their first field show, that just brings excitement into the school year. So we go from first football game to first field show, and then as we continue to roll through, then we've got basketball season come. We've got, in between there, we've got volleyball season, and our kids, they just all come together to cheer for each other, to enjoy one another. And those are the things that people remember when they walk out of our door. You know, they remember those moments of standing in the student section with their teammates, with their classmates, and cheering on Terriers, because many of our kids have been coming to these games since they were out of the womb. You know, as a 1 and 2 and 3-year-old, and then to be one themselves is a special time.
I love that. That's so cool. Yeah, super duper fun. Yeah, so we got athletics. What other things are you looking forward to?
Well, you know, the other thing that I'll say about the summer is we induct a new class of teachers into the building. Okay. So we've got a freshman group coming in, then we've got a new group of teachers coming in. This year we also have a new school resource officer, a gentleman by the name of Officer Thomas, who it'll be his first year in the building. We have such a great partnership with Carbondale Police Department to have a school resource officer, because one of the biggest things that we know that is important in our school hallways when we've got 1,000 kids and 150 adults is the safety of our building.
Sure.
We want to make sure that everybody that walks in this door walks back into their home at the end of the night. So having a school resource officer working together with our community in that is always fun. And I think one of the things that I'm most excited about for this year is we are starting our next construction project. Okay. Which will be a pretty big project, but it will be a science wing addition. Awesome. Where we'll be adding 6 new science labs to our science wing. And those 6 new labs will allow our teachers to have what we call inquiry-based labs. Okay. Right now we've got 9 science classrooms. Only 3 of those are actual science labs. Gotcha. So the 6th lab addition will allow for each of our students to have at their desk, at their table of 4, they'll have gas lines, water lines, and sinks to be able to have their hands on the materials that they are dissecting or that they're mixing or that they're experimenting with, so that rather than having just one of those in a classroom where they're huddled around and they're sharing those type of experiences. So we want our kids to have hands-on learning experiences, because we all know that some people are auditory learners, some people are able to read and learn on their own, but we really believe that the majority of our students, what we've seen is when they've got their hands in it, they can do it. So we're going to be able to provide that next year with our addition in our science wing.
Very cool. That's gonna make a huge impact, I'm sure.
Majorly.
Pardon me, keep checking my timer. There we go. Fantastic. My question just went right through my brain, Dan. I wanted to say, I want to commend you. I don't know that there are many superintendents out there that are quite as face forward and involved with the school. I remember walking through here one day when students were here at the school, and just student after student, you saying hello to them, knowing each student by name, all of them hollering, "Hey, Mr. Booth, good to see you." And that's just a really, I think, at least from my experience of what I've seen, really unique and really exciting. So I just want to say thank you. I think you can see what that does for the students and what that does for the school to have that connection.
Yeah, thank you. Well, this is starting my 20th year in Carbondale schools.
Awesome.
So it's unbelievable to me, you know, I mean, that it's went that fast, but having that sort of longevity, some of these students that are in the building right now, I had their parents.
Yeah. Wow.
You know, I had their parents.
Oh my gosh, no way.
So, you know, and having those roots in the community has allowed me to build a trust, to build relationship, and then obviously to build a passion and care for seeing this thing through. So I'm proud of that. I'm proud to say that I've been a part of the school system in Carbondale for 20 years, and I'm looking forward to the next 20 at this time, you know.
Absolutely.
You know, and one of the things we talked about prior to the interview starting was just the relationship with SIU and also with John A. Logan. One of the things that I'll say that I'm most proud of is that last year was the 3rd consecutive year in a row that you would read in the paper about SIU's enrollment going up. And when you read about their enrollment going up, they would say it's because their freshman class was on the rise. And 3 years in a row now, Carbondale Community High School has sent more freshmen to SIU Carbondale than any school in the country. Last year it was 53. So we're proud to be in a space where we're, once again, not just doing things that are helping out Carbondale Community High School, but the broader community in SIU. I also want to commend SIU because you talk about how do they get so many students to come there? You know, and one of the ways is by providing more scholarship dollars. So 3 years in a row, they've provided our students with over $1 million in scholarships over their 4-year. Last year, they awarded 4 students with Chancellor scholarships, which are full ride scholarships to SIU. And you know, once again, it's a partnership that is strong, and it's a partnership that helps out our whole community. So I do thank SIU for that, and I look forward to continuing to see what that relationship looks like.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm sure it's just going to keep growing stronger and stronger.
No doubt about it.
Yeah,
no doubt
absolutely. About it. Very, very cool. Daniel, we have a few minutes left. And I just want to make sure that we've got to cover everything that you want people to know about what's going on here at Carbondale Community High School, or anything you'd like to tell about some past experiences have made an impact on you.
Sure. Well, I talked about SIU a little bit, and I think this is a good time to also talk about our partnership with John A. Logan College. Usually in February of every year, we begin inducting our next freshman class into the building. And the freshman class, the 8th graders currently this year, who will be freshmen in 26-27, and they'll graduate high school in 2030, will be offered an opportunity through John A. Logan College to receive what is called a Promise Scholarship. And the Promise Scholarship is basically a program where if those students complete their FAFSA, which is their financial aid application, they take 4 years of math, they have 90% attendance, and they have a 2.0 GPA, John A. Logan will cover all tuition and fees outside of their financial aid for them, meaning that every single student that enters CCHS from 2026 and beyond and graduating in 2030 will have an opportunity to have 2 years of community college for free.
Wow.
And when you talk about an opportunity to lift our entire community up by taking the stressor away of how will I pay for college, and also recognizing at John A. Logan, you may not want to go to college for 4 years, you may want to do a trade, but John A. Logan offers that as well. You know, to have that opportunity will be major. It'll help our community, it'll rise it all up, and it will put our community in a space where hope will be instilled as they walk into our doors. I can tell a parent of a freshman student walking in here in 2026 that if you want your child to have a scholarship to get 2 years of free college, this is the things that you need to do. And these are the things we need your support with. And if they do it, we're moving forward. You know, so I'm probably most excited about that. As we go through this next year, I'm most excited about working with John A. Logan to get the word out. I'm most excited about talking with the parents of the freshman class of 2026 about the benchmarks we need those students to hit to be able to get it. And I'm most excited about when they get to 2030 and that first class rolls through. And we're in a space where we've got more students ready to serve our community than ever.
That's so exciting. Like, that is just, it's kind of unbelievable. Like, you hear it and it's like, what do you mean that's how this is gonna roll? But yeah, almost too good to be true, but not here.
That's right. Well, partnerships again, you know, and you know, through our conversation today, we've talked about the importance of our partnership with our feeder schools on one end, getting them in here ready to go. And then we've also talked a lot about our partnerships with our community colleges and our university on the other end. So that, and we do see ourselves as the middleman. And it is our responsibility to not wait for people to come to us and figure out, well, you know, well, they didn't come talk to us and we didn't do it because they didn't come talk to us, or SIU didn't do this. No, it's our job to go to them, and it's our job to work together, bridge the gap, because at the end of the day, it's about helping our students out.
Absolutely. Well, how exciting. Well, this sounds like you're entering the 2025-26 school year super strong. Lots of new developments and lots of great things lined up.
It's going to be a good year. We know it, we feel it, and we're looking forward to it. Let's get these students in here and let's go. We'll
see how that first game goes with the Red Devils. Go Terry.
Rolling, the school year is going to